Hi guys, welcome back to the next episode in our Battle Royale tutorial series. In the last episode, we set up our basic jump animation. This is only for prototyping purposes. If you wanted to put more animations in, I would use a blend space, similar to our walk run. This way you'll have jumping left, right, forward, backwards, things like that. But this is just put in place just to show you the systems we have to set up to replicate. So the next system we're going to set up is our crouching, and for this I have downloaded a crouch animation from Mixamo. Now I have came up against a very big problem. Mixamo have recently changed their rig. You can see it here. So instead of just a basic rig, they have now added in eye bones. Now this completely ruins any development that anyone has used these animations for. So if anyone from Mixamo is watching this right now, please stop messing with your rigs. Thanks. So yeah, let me just show you how to fix this now. So if you're adding in new animations, what I done was I downloaded the animation with some mesh. This way we can set up a new skeleton. And now, inside the skeleton, we mapped the bones again, the same way we did before with the last retargeting setup in a previous episode. After this, we have to go up and select a preview mesh. Okay, and it will come up at the bottom. It has been temporarily set. You then have to come over here to preview mesh skeleton and apply the mesh as the preview mesh. Okay, very important step. If you don't do this, you can't retarget. So now when we go back, we can click the animation itself, right click, retarget anim assets, and duplicate the asset. And as you can see, we have our preview mesh, and show only compatible skeletons will show you the compatible skeletons based on the retarget bones that we set up. So we can now hit our retarget mesh, give it a prefix, and I'll just change the directory. So go to animation. I'm just going to place this in my default animations because it's just a default crouch animation. And when I retarget, you can see we have now duplicated it, and it is right here, our male crouched walking animation. Okay. If you have any problems with this, please contact me on Discord, and I will walk you through how to fix it. So, moving on to our crouched walking animation. If we head over to the animation graph, you can see we have these things set up here. I'm going to set up the functionality for our button first. So if we head over to project settings, edit project settings, go down to input, and what we want to do is set up a crouch button. I'm actually going to set this up to control, so the left control button. So make sure you have this under action mappings. If not, you just hit the plus and create a new action mapping. Very simple. Okay, and this automatically saves, so just close that down and let's just save all just in case. Okay, so now that we have the action mapping for crouch, if we head to our characters, base mesh, and let's open up our character blueprint. Sorry, that's the mesh itself. Let's go to blueprints, characters, base character. Okay, so now it's time to set up our crouching function. So let's right click, we'll say input crouch. Okay, now when this input action is pressed, we want to call a new event, which will be here, so custom event, and we'll call this crouching, well, let's call it default crouch start SVR, and yeah, that should be okay. And then custom event, default crouch stop SVR. Okay, and both of these have to be running on the server, just like our jump. And let's now create a new variable. We'll call this crouching. I have one here, hang on a second, just to delete that. Okay, and crouching. Okay, and what is going to happen here is we will crouch if this one is started, and don't crouch when this one is started. And then we want a flip-flop because we don't want it to be on released. We want to click when we want to crouch, and then click again when we want to uncrouch. Okay, so from here it's just default crouch start and default crouch stop. Okay, just tidy this up a little bit, put this out a little, and this is our crouching. Okay, so let's compile and save that. Let's head over to our base character, go to the event graph, drop down another pin here, and from here we want to set a new variable based off a branch. So let's just drag that to here, and we want to get our get our base character reference, and from here we want to check, are we crouching? And if we are, then let's set a new variable called is crouching. Let's bring that in, set that to true, and another one to false. Okay, so this is it started. Bearing in mind this is just a prototyping setup, when we go into actually setting up our holding the weapon animations, we will use blend spaces instead of just a crouching animation. Okay, so from here let's then go to our default and just do the exact same thing here. Again, when we set up our holding the weapon animations, we'll set it up a little bit different. We'll set it up with blends for crouching, which will put one animation here and another animation there, and it'll be based off an alpha. But for now, for prototyping the default crouching, just to show you guys how to set up a basic crouching system, this will work fine. So let's create a new state. We will call this default crouch. Okay, and from the idle to the default crouch, and another one from the walk run to the default crouch. Okay, now what we also have to do here is make sure we are not trying to jump when we are in the crouch state. And an easy way to sort that is if we go back to our event graph, when we are crouching, we want to set as jumping to false. Okay. Yeah. So if we now go back to the default, we can set up our transitions under animation. So let's just jump in here. Let's grab our animation, place that there, and here. And let's just do our transitions now. So going backwards, it is crouching. Sorry, I have to get is crouching. And that is not. So when we are not crouching, we will go back to our idle state. And when we are crouching, we just want to set that transition. When we are crouching, let's just set the transition. And when we are not crouching, you want to get crouching is not for that transition. Okay. Now when we press play again, you can see we go into crouch. Okay. Now again, the problem here is we would normally have like a blend space that would say that would get our speed as well, but as we are only using one animation state for prototyping, this is fine here. If you want to set up your own blend space for this rather than just one animation, you can feel free. I just didn't really want to sit through retargeting countless animations all over again, but it's pretty much the same system. And because we have it replicating on the server here, when we press play on both, let's just let one load in. Okay, go into third person, let this one load in. And third person again. So if we turn round, we crouch, you can see it happening on the screen, but it's not actually working client side. Okay, that's something we may have to fix. And it's not happening here either. So let's head back over. Oh, it's because the actual crouching variables, if we click them, set them to replicated, and also this variable here, let's also set that to replicated. This way it replicates on the client side as well. Okay, let's now test this out. Okay, that works. And if we head over to the other side, that also works. Okay, so our replication is all working now. In the next episode, we will be adding in animations for holding a weapon. So basically what we will do to test this is when we load into the map, we'll press a key, and that will be to activate our having a weapon. Okay, so again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.